Welcome Trinidad and Tobago to our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services Limited and the Ministry of Communications. I am Gregory McBurney. Let's take a look at the headlines. Ministry of National Security and the National Operations Center ensures blanket security for Carnival 2014. Siparia Annual Children's Carnival Parade attended by Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, and government ministries participate in respective carnival functions. Carnival 2014 is in full gear as Trinidad and Tobago prepares to enter the final week of festivities leading up to the greatest show on earth, Carnival Monday and Tuesday. News 4 spoke at length with National Security Minister Gary Griffith and the Director of the National Operations Center, Commander Gavin Hira, who both put security measures into perspective for the balance of the Carnival season 2014.
What we call the greatest show on earth. We are here at the Carnival Village at the Queen's Park Savannah in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, safety is uppermost and foremost, and we want to ensure that all citizens can have a good time this carnival season, feeling that they can go out, play their mass, go to the Calypso events, Juve, and feel safe and secure. With me, the Minister of National Security, Senator the Honorable Gary Griffith. Thank you so much. And Head of the National Operations Center, Commander Gavin Hira. Gentlemen, Carnival is here, literally. As you can see, you came in, you felt the vibe, the vibration, the jab, afraid the devil. But citizens are still very much concerned as to what they can expect, if they can feel safe and secure, especially at Carnival time.
Hi, good morning. I think so far what we have done, we have achieved the results in the last few weeks during the carnival season so far, especially at all the major events. That's been virtually crime-free. And so what we are doing is putting a comprehensive approach towards this. I was in London just about 2 years ago at the London Olympics, and I did a lot of research looking at the importance of event management pertaining to security. And what was very important was ensuring the safety and the security of all the citizens, whilst at the same time not causing unwarranted restriction of their freedom of movement. So it is a balancing act we are doing right now. We are not going to turn this into a police state. What we want to do is to turn it into a very safe state. So there would be mechanisms that we would do, and it has worked so far. The National Operations Center has played a very big part in ensuring the success so far of dealing with safety for carnival season. And that has to do with the collaboration with the joint agencies working together, ensuring that, whereas before, agencies might just turn up for an event, you will have X amount of fire officers, X amount of police officers, there is no relationship, there's no understanding. What they are doing now is every single major event, the National Operations Center, through that agency, working with the other agencies and ensuring that this is your area of responsibility, this is what we have to do, and and also ensuring that we are looking at a system where if something may take place, what next? What is the plan? What is the next step to ensure that we'll be able to be prepared for any eventuality that may take place. It has been very successful so far. There's also been that heavy visible presence, which is very important. I mentioned yesterday that whereas for decades people have complained that they have not been seeing police officers, they have not been seeing patrols, they are complaining. Unbelievable. I have put a system in place and now people are actually writing in the newspapers and complaining, too many sirens, too many blue lights. Well, I wish to give those people who always see things see the glass half full. The bad news is you'll be seeing much more. You'll be seeing hearing more sirens, more blue lights, and this is again not to turn it into a police state, but a safe state. A state to ensure during the carnival season inclusive that there will be heavy visible presence, the deterrent will be there, and to take away that perception and fear of crime for the citizens during the carnival period.
Well, it's really a sense of security. So, Commander Hira, can we say all systems in place? Of course, the National Operations Center now literally on full go. In terms of the mechanisms, as head of the Operations Center, how are things falling into place?
Well, I would go first by acknowledging what you just said. Yes, it's a full go. All of the agencies that the Minister rightfully articulated are in place. Everybody has been briefed. All of the major events are going to have venue operations centers, which will be talking directly back to the NOC. The strategic command, the decision making, the joint collaboration and coordination is taking place. I want to add one thing to the Minister's comments, and he insisted that we go this way. There will be a heavy concentration on the cities. here, Chaguanas, San Fernando, all of the other areas where we're having the other carnivals. But taking that concentration, we're also extending it out into the communities, into the areas. So when you're out there having fun, your homes are going to be patrolled, you're going to see visibility on the streets, the helicopter is going to be overhead, the coastline is going to be patrolled. So we have a joint effort to ensure there's a safe carnival, but more extended that there's a safe Trinidad and Tobago. And that is the effect that we are taking place, and we have it successfully planned, briefed, and as we speak right now, we are mounting up the venue operations center for the children's panorama that's going to take place, and what that activity today, and it is a testing ground to show where the system can work, and what we are happy to see is that all agencies are playing ball with the National Operations Center for country.
Excellent. Now, Fantastic Friday night, Soca Monarch, that is a venue, an event that we know we see tens of thousands, I mean like over 20,000 people in one place. Carnival Monday and Tuesday as well. To be able to manage everyone and to be able to handle the situation if anything may arise. But how are we talking about every single security agency being available? No one has vacation at that time.
Well, what we are doing is, again, not turning it into overkill, but we are doing a threat assessment based on each and every event that may take place. So, for example, there may be a situation for Soca Monarch or Marshall Monday or Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Based on the threat assessment, we may decide to put more police officers, more roadblocks, more patrols. I don't want to take away, to expose too much of what it is we intend to do. What I can assure the public is that this is not a template that we are just going to throw police officers at venues. We're going to look at the situation, prepare a threat assessment, and then have a proper operational structure to ensure that each and every police officer, fire officer, soldier, members of the Air Guard, the NOC Air Unit, they're fully aware of their role and function. Communication is going to be very important, and based on that threat assessment, the reliable resources will be put into that area.
I like the fact that, Commander Hira, you mentioned as much as we are focusing the areas of security in terms of the cultural aspect, the carnival itself, but it's good to know that citizens can feel safe knowing that while they are out partying and having a good time, masquerading, that their homes are safe and secure. So again, all systems go. Security is important. We want to have that sense of security. I want to give both of you the opportunity to, let Trinidad and Tobago know that they can come out and have a safe and enjoyable carnival.
What I will most certainly ask citizens of this country, and I'm not here to play with the statistics, but we have seen that this carnival so far, it has proven to be just one of the safest so far. Thank God, and through our God, we will continue to have it go in that direction. We will make the right decisions for the safety of Trinidad and Tobago. But what I ask the citizens of this country during the carnival season, do not be fearful, but be careful. It will help us and to help you. The more that you look at your own personal security, be conscious of what it is you're doing, your surroundings. And I can give you simple examples. Many people, there are certain people, they love to be the last person to get into a carnival fete. And by doing that, you will park your car probably 2 miles away from the venue because you want to make a grand appearance. But then you want to be the last person to leave. But then when you do that, your vehicle is now parked miles away and there's no one else around. So certain things, just be security conscious. If you want to get in there last and you park very far, but you want to leave last, halfway through the fete, go back, get your vehicle, bring it to a closer point. Simple things like that. When you're getting home, call a parent, call your loved one, let them know that you're arriving. Look at your gate, make sure that there's no one around. It's just simple things. Help us to help you. And do not be fearful, but just be careful.
I would say one thing adding to the Minister's comments, and that is the fact that we are focusing on the citizens to feel confident and to be assured that they can feel free to speak to law enforcement. We have said it very early, if you see something, say something. You are to help us, help you to be safe for Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Commander Hira, Minister Griffith. We all look forward to a safe and secure Carnival 2014.
Come on, yeah, stop it. Where we go, yeah, stop it. Yeah, stop it. Back up the thing. Going with people fed. Make girl call and ask if I leave home. Well, I tell she a real close. Girl, I almost there. All inclusive fed. Yeah, tonight go her real vibes. This crowd, yeah, go be real nice. She can't find me ticket.
Comedy and lacquery are not words usually associated with national security officers. However, these strict men and women who protect and serve with pride swapped their usual uniforms for the microphone and spotlight in portrayals which rival the best entertainers Trinidad and Tobago has to offer. It was simply the Ministry of National Security's Calypso competition.
Trinidad is my land, and of it I am proud and glad. But I can understand why some people just talk it bad. But I know all of them were running their mouth. Don't know what they're talking about. They will paint their black every day, and the right things they will never say. The sun rises slowly over the hill. Everywhere is gold and sunlight, but still most eyes with sad tails are crowding, dead haze and dark clouds are shrouding. They don't smile and they never will. Only vouchers get they fill. Empty promises is what they hear.
That was part of the all-time rendition competition. But before those performances, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Maurice Sweet, told everyone to have fun.
It's a carnival competition, so I'm going to dispense with some of the formalities and just welcome all of you here today. And thank you for coming out to give your support and to participate in this event. And I hope you have a wonderful time and that you all enjoy yourselves.
And fun they had, singing about crime, about the Almighty, about hotspots, bread and sausage, even licking.
Take a look at TNT. Tell me if you agree with me. Trinbago was never this stressful song. How many of us seek after the Lord? How many really want to die by the sword? Listen, my dear people, and do His will.
Merlene got married and invited me over to her house for the ceremony. She said if I attended it would be nice, but Merlene live in Mova and I had to think twice.
Then there were these.
Well, I went to buy a bread and sausage to go to a party right down in Caroni. If you see them young and them, they only surrounding me. Well, I went to buy a bread and sausage to go to a party right down in Caroni. I wasn't there. It's Linda and Wendy who say they see Maurice licking a girl the other day. This tall, handsome PS man, I was meant to understand, put a cigar licking on the woman.
Moving right along now. The surprise guest artist was 5-star Akil, who with very little effort had the audience up on their feet.
I's a drinker to me, lad. A winer to me, lad. I's a fencer to me, lad. I'm a celebrator to me, lad. When you're thinking that I know, sad. When you're thinking that I know, sad.
But it would be certainly remiss of us not to give kudos to the very colorful MC of the evening.
Make some noise. No, listen. I don't want to be asking you to make noise every 2-3 minutes, all right? So at every announcement, you're going to try your best to make some noise, all right? Is that okay? Make some noise! Now let me tell you about the prizes now. Here's where you have to make noise, all right? All right, of course. First prize. $25,000 first prize. My apologies. $2,500 first prize. Second prize, $1,500. And the third prize of $1,000. Can we make some noise for that, man?
And that's how our men and women in uniform entertain. Felicia Wilson, More News 4.
And that's how we wrap up this edition of our News 4 report, a product of the Government Information Services and the Ministry of Communications. I am Gregory McBurney. Thank you for joining us.